Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have some self-study courses about manifesting your specific person. And I now have a members-only channel as well with a lot of perks for members, including live weekly workshops, live weekly group coaching, a lot of exclusive content, monthly challenges for a chance to win a free one-on-one coaching session with me, and a lot more. So if you guys are interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I want to talk to all of you who might be struggling with the whole issue of believing in the law of assumption, believing in those teachings that you very much want to implement, but at the same time, there is still a big part in you who thinks they might be woo-woo, who thinks they might not be for you, who thinks they might not be working, or perhaps they're working for everyone else but you, and who may be struggling with doubts of this kind. So today, I wanted to give you a little blueprint, a little step-by-step guide to help you overcome that disbelief, to help you overcome that lack of trust in the law and in the teachings, and to hopefully help you become a stronger conscious manifester. So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So this is something that I come across quite often, including with people that I coach, but also with people who come to my channel and comment, especially if you're just starting out in your manifesting journey, or if you've been trying to manifest for a while and you're not seeing much movement, you're not seeing many results. It is natural that you might start questioning things. It is natural that you might not be believing in the law. It is also natural and normal if you're starting out that these teachings might seem very wild, very crazy, very out there for you. You might think it is nonsense. You might think it is wishful thinking, and so on. And I got the inspiration to make this video from a recent session I had with a client who is struggling with this exact issue. She wants manifesting to work. She desperately wants it to work. But at the same time, there is still a big part in her that feels that this cannot be true. I can't see how this can be true. I don't know if I can believe that. I don't know if I can stand behind that. So I wanted to make this video today to give you guys 3 steps that will hopefully help you believe in the law more, believe in the teachings more, and actually start implementing them with more conviction, more faith, and more trust in their possibility to work for you and to help you manifest whatever desires you're manifesting. So the number one thing that I urge you to do is to make the actual decision to believe in them. And I know this might sound strange. I know that some of you might be wondering, well, how about I see some evidence first and then I believe? But whether that sounds strange to you or not, your belief and your faith actually starts with your own conviction. It actually starts with your own decision and your own willpower that I'm going to give this my best shot. I'm going to decide to believe in those teachings. I'm going to decide to trust in those teachings and those teachers and those coaches who are trying to spread this message that it's my consciousness that spills out and manifests into my 3D reality. And you want to make a firm decision with conviction, with as much conviction as you can have, that you are going to give these teachings your best shot. And whether you believe in them or not, whether you're having doubts or not, you are actually going to give them a chance to prove to you that they do work. And in that light, you may also want to stick with those communities who are applying these teachings, who are practicing these teachings in their day-to-day lives, who are telling you about their success stories, who are telling you about how things are done, what to do, how to implement these teachings, how to implement the law, and so on. And give yourself this gift of those frequent reminders. Give yourself the gift of this frequent reinforcement of the beliefs and the teachings. Give yourself the gift of hearing about other people implementing the law and how they are successful and how they did it and so on. The second thing you absolutely want to be doing is to actually implement the teachings. And this, you guys, is probably the most important step, because a lot of people spend a lot of time watching videos, learning about the law, learning about the teachings, but not actually implementing them. If you don't implement the law, if you don't implement the teachings, you are what Neville called a hearer of the word. However, you also want to be a doer. Without being a doer, without implementing, without applying what you've been learning, you are never going to have first-hand evidence of things working in the first place and of how things actually work. The reason I'm here today, teaching you all these things, showing you how to do it, giving you different methods, teaching you different things, is because at some point, when I was in disbelief myself, when I was first starting out myself, I decided that I wanted to give these teachings a shot. I wanted to give them the best opportunity to prove to me that they worked, and I actually started applying. And only when I started applying those teachings did I start observing what worked and what didn't. I've said many times in many videos that I've been going on trial and error, and that is true. I have been observing how reality works. I have been observing constantly, every single day, the association between my inner world and what I experience in the outside, in my 3D reality. I have been able to see firsthand which things that I do work and which things that I do don't actually work for me. And by applying this and reinforcing this and fine-tuning this, I have been able to, little by little, master manifesting. And of course, I am still learning, I am still expanding, I am still developing. We all are. But the important thing is that you want to be implementing. You want to be applying the law and the teachings in your day-to-day life, in all things, small and big, in things that don't matter for you, and also things, of course, that matter to you. You are not going to believe the law, you are not going to believe the teachings, unless and until you start seeing it at work firsthand and you start getting tangible evidence from the 3D of how all these things work. So the second step, you guys, is absolutely essential. If you miss this step, you are essentially missing the whole point of being a conscious manifester. And the third step that I want to urge you guys to take and implement is actually trust in the process. And I know, especially when you're starting out, especially when you don't have tangible evidence yet, this is easier said than done. I know, we've all been there, I've been there of course, but unfortunately or fortunately, there is no other way in the beginning than trusting the process, doing what Neville would call being loyal to the unseen, staying loyal to the unseen. In other words, while you can't see it yet, while you can't experience it yet with your senses, you still want to stay loyal to your vision. You still want to stay loyal to your desire. You still want to keep as consistent as possible and keep building momentum. So you want to put a good amount of trust in the process, even if in the beginning you're not seeing much movement, you're not seeing much results. Once you start seeing results, once you start seeing movement, it will become much, much easier to build on that and to build your faith on that, because now you will have tangible evidence in the 3D of how things work and of the actual fact that these teachings do work in the first place. And then as you go along, first of all, you will be fine-tuning your processes. You will see that you'll be manifesting faster and more effortlessly and more naturally. But also, as your successes pile up, you will naturally be able to trust more and more, because now you will have the tangible evidence that things are actually working. So it is very, very essential in the beginning to put your loyalty in the unseen, to not be deterred, to not be discouraged, and to keep going. Sooner or later, your persistence is going to pay off, things are going to manifest for you, you are going to see movement, you are going to see shifts in your 3D, and then you will know that your trust was absolutely warranted, and it will be much, much easier for you to keep trusting the process now that you have evidence. So I hope this helps all of you who might be struggling with believing in the law, believing in the teachings, who may be wondering if these even work, or if it is woo-woo, or if it is out there, or if it is wishful thinking, or maybe if it works for everyone else but you. By taking these 3 concrete steps that I just described, you will be able to build your trust and your faith and your belief in the law and the teachings of the law of assumption. And most importantly, you're also going to start seeing results. And this is going to build your faith and your belief much, much more and much more solidly. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.